Hi, everybody. I'm Chicago intuitive consultant and psychic medium, Mel Dora. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited. Linda Grindel and I were supposed to do a YouTube together this last Monday, but her son had been ill. So we postponed it this coming Monday, and she's going to be on my YouTube channel. And I'm so excited. We'll have lots to talk about. She's become a very dear friend. She's wonderful. And so I understand her son's feeling better. Good. Also, I'd like to say hello to my friend John Maniatakis and his lovely wife Paniota. John owns Modern Optical in Chicago. He's an optician. And I I got these glasses from John. I got them back. I set on them. Don't ask me how I did that. I just did. I got all bit. So I set them off and repaired them. And I just went to the eye doctor and I've got a brand new prescription. So now I have to send them off to get new lenses. But John's taking care of that. So if you live in Chicago and you need glasses, John's on North California Avenue, Modern Optical. He's amazing. He's a wonderful man. We've been friends for years. So hi, John Tikanis. Hi, Paniota Tikanis. That's Greek for how are you? Just wonderful people. A little follow-up on Vinnie, the dog Vinnie, and his mom Marie. I talked to Marie today, and she said that Vinnie had been a little sluggish for a couple of days, but now he's really regaining a lot of energy. He finished his last radiation therapy, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so we're going to have Vinnie on my show too, not tonight, but at some other time. And Marie is so thankful because she has gotten support due to our YouTube channel and Instagram from all over the world. And she told me about this lovely lady from the UK who sent Vinnie presents. Everybody's sending him presents. And that this lovely lady is saying prayers like everybody else is. And so, hello, UK. I'll find out the lady's name and share it with you all at a later date. I haven't posted anything for a while. But anyway, I keep saying I'll do it regularly again. It's just been crazy busy. Boy, there's so much going on. I don't even know where to begin. I purposely didn't post anything before the whole deal with Cheney because I didn't really think it took a psychic to figure out that they would oust her from her leadership role in the House. And that happened today. But they really, really, really underestimate Liz Cheney. Now, first of all, I'll say I don't ascribe to her politics. All right. I don't believe politically in what she believes in. But I have to say that at least that she stood up and told the truth against the big lie that the election was stolen and all that doo-doo. I think what they tried to do, or McCarthy anyway, Kevin McCarthy, was make an example out of her. Like, if you don't kiss Trump's rear end, this is what's going to happen. And she refuses to do that, and she'll continue to refuse to do that. And she said today that she'll do everything in her power to make sure that Trump never is in the Oval Office again. Good for her. So on those efforts, I support her completely. And I think there's going to be some more Republicans coming out of the closet, if you will. Not that closet, not the one I came out, a different closet. Maybe some that are retired and all that, and really gain support. So her goal is to take the Republican Party back. You know, what's going on in the Republican Party now is not Republican, it's Trumplican. It really is. And I think she's going to muster some good forces within the party to overturn this. As I said before, the only reason that they're playing to Trump is because they want his base. They know, most of the Republicans know that it was that Trump, the whole thing about the election was, that the election was rigged, and that whole recount in Arizona, they know that it's a lie. They know that Biden won fair and square. They're just pulling all this as theatrics, See, we thought it was rigged or whatever. That whole thing in Arizona, that recount is really a joke. And my feeling is the court's going to step in to stop that too, that recount. where they're looking for bamboo paper, or that it came from Chavez in Venezuela. Chavez has been dead for a long time before this election, folks. Oh, it just gets crazier and crazier. I think a lot of those people on the Republican side need Prozac or something. You know, I think they should probably put in the water supply because they got a case of the crazies. Anyway, I've got a funny feeling, and I asked my guides about it too. And I intuited that Trump manipulated McCarthy to push Cheney out. And at some point, they're going to have proof of that. Why should that surprise anybody? You know, when they ousted her, I don't think they realized that, you know, it's going to be an energizing force for her in getting people together that'll be really totally anti-Trump on the Republican side and the conservative side. So Liz, you have my respect for standing up for the truth. Keep up that good work. Rudy Giuliani, oh my goodness. I understand they confiscated like 10 devices from his apartment. And now he's saying that the government's making up lies and it's a political act against him. I think the investigation is going to reveal that Rudy destroyed evidence. Not good. There's, you know, and he's going to try to hide under attorney-client privilege, like, you know, what he did for Trump was attorney-client privilege. Well, if you're assisting somebody in criminal activity, you can't use that as a defense. Rudy, you're a lawyer. You know that it won't work. He's saying he's been framed. Yeah, okay. And I'm Napoleon Bonaparte. Yeah, been framed. Okay. People are asking me, will Rudy flip on Trump? And I intuit, my guides tell me that if they put enough pressure on Rudy, he certainly will. You know, I keep saying that there's going to be more of these cronies indicted, like Stone, Manafort, Bannon. They're going to get re-indicted on things. And if they can prove, I think, that that Trump had been paid to pardon them through the grapevine, and there was criminal activity involved, I don't know. I asked a lawyer friend, and I think those pardons might be overturned if it was for criminal gain. So if not, there's other charges coming against them. So Kevin McCarthy, ooh, what a puppet. He needs to grow a set of something. All right. I think if Trump stopped really quick, McCarthy would have brown on his nose. I'm still sure, as I said, that whole thing was manipulated to get Liz up by Trump to get Liz out. I've also heard Kevin McCarthy state that the calls that the Democrats call to make Washington, D.C. a state is socialist. How can that be socialist? He wants to make them a state. Okay. I don't see any socialism there. You know, I think it's funny that a lot of the people, Mitch McConnell included, and I'll channel him telepathically tonight too. I think it's really funny that a lot of the Republicans are saying that the Democrats are socialist. When all the Republicans are trying to do is take care of the American people and create jobs and all of that. I fail to see how that's socialism. They don't look at their own back door when they gave a wink and a nod to the fascists and those people that the insurrection in the Capitol. So I laugh. You know, it's just all diversionary, deceit, all of that. I see McCarthy catching his Waterloo at some point as well. My guides tell me he's going to be in some hot water. So good. My guides tell me that Giuliani is going to be under indictment. He's going to go to jail. I hope he likes those pink jail shoes. Pink, I'm sorry, orange, whatever. I heard today that the vaccine was approved for kids 12 and up. And a lot of people are still worried about the vaccine, that it's going to cause all kinds of problems. It's going to rewire our DNA. That's not going to happen. Trust me, you don't want COVID. I've had it. So I'm really glad. The frightening thing that happened was, I have been predicting for years that we needed to be careful about cyber attack and this colonial pipeline that was hacked into by cyber terrorists. And it was closed down for 6 days. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot to some people, but it's very frightening to know that these cyber terrorists can get into our systems and create havoc. I think that was a test run. I am sure, I intuit, my guides tell me that Putin was clearly behind this, in retaliation probably for Biden cracking down on Putin. I think Putin hired foreign cyber hackers, cyber terrorists to do the job. But I also had a chilling vision from my guides, and they showed me that there was a couple people within the United States that leaked some information, either to Putin or to some of these cyber hackers. And that's very frightening. And I think it probably came out of the Trump administration. Wow. There's no proof of that. That's just me speculating. It's not a conspiracy theory. But when I was meditating, and I do it at night before I go to sleep, it just came into my mind. My guide showed me. Anyway, and they'll have proof of that too. I'm just wondering if there was a ransom paid by the company that runs the pipeline, so it could get back up and running. And I intuit, yes, there was. But in my opinion, it was a deliberate attack on the United States. I watched Christopher Krebs on Rachel Maddow tonight. Rachel's my girlfriend. I love to watch her. And I understand that President Biden has come up with a comprehensive program to prevent these cyber attacks from happening. So I think that's really good news. Okay. A lot of people are asking me about Trump's future. It ain't pretty. I mean, he's lawyering up. He's got lawsuits by Capitol Hill police against him. And I think there's going to be at least 50 to 75 lawsuits filed there against Trump. I intuit that he's going to be indicted by a grand jury in New York because of all the tax stuff that he did. I think he's terrified of that. And Linda Grindel and I had predicted that the Mueller report would be brought back front and center, and now it is. Bill Barr, McGahn, Donald McGahn, who I think was a consultant or something to the White House, he's been called to testify, and that's going to be damning for Trump. So Trump's going to be indicted federally. They say you can't indict a sitting president, but once they're out of office, they can clearly be indicted for criminal acts while they were in office. So in addition to the states, tampering with elections, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. Giuliani's going to be involved in all of that as well. He's going to be indicted. So it'll be interesting. I think Giuliani's thing is running out of money, and he wants, hinting that Trump will help him out. I don't know if Trump will. He's too cheap. But if it's found out that that Trump did give Giuliani money for lawyers, for Giuliani not to flip, there's more obstruction charges coming with that one as well. So I see grand jury stuff coming in Georgia. There was a Trump supporter found guilty of threatening to kill members of Congress. There will be numerous more of them indicted as well. So it'll be interesting to see what comes down the pike with that. A lot of people are asking me, why is it taking so long to get these indictments going against Trump? Because the governments want to make sure that the states, the feds want to make sure that they have all the evidence so they can get conviction. And it's going to be multiple counts, multiple. Anyway, as I was saying before, Bill Barr, psst, hot water, Billy. Did you hear about the judge that ruled that the Department of Justice has to release documents that Barr withheld? And she ruled that that he had lied to the court, Congress, and to the American people. As I said earlier, Linda Grindel and I had predicted that this Mueller probe, they'd start looking into it again. And I remember before the elections, we had both predicted that Bill Barr would be under indictment. And here we go. I think they're going to get him for obstruction, for lying to Congress. I'm sure that he better get his pull-ups ready, because it ain't pretty. Anyway, they have to be released by Monday unless the Department of Justice files an appeal or a lawsuit to stop that, which the Department of Justice is not going to do. So it clearly shows that Trump did engage in criminal acts and an obstruction of justice. Back with the whole Russia thing, the Russian interference, how he wanted Comey fired, all of that stuff will come out. And it's also pretty evident that Barr didn't even read it. And if he did, that's even worse. I don't think he read the whole document. And I think there's one document that he withheld that the court said you have to release it. So, Billy, you're going to be in trouble. And now, as I said, Donald McGahn is called to testify about what Trump did in the White House. And again, with the whole Mueller thing and the involvement of the Russians in the 2016 election. He's going to have to testify, and he will. He's a lawyer, so I think he'd probably know not to lie. So it just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it, folks? Mitch McConnell, they asked him today, I think it was on Fox News, license to lie, about Liz Cheney and other things. I'm still thinking about when they asked him about in Georgia, because of that law, the voter suppression, and I think the baseball game pulled out. His response was just crazy. He said big business should stay out of politics. Yeah, unless they want donations. So anyway, they asked him about Liz Cheney, and he said, well, that's up to the House. That's up to the House to deal with, because we're in the Senate. We got to stop the socialism. It's okay for the fascism, but we got to stop the socialism in the Senate. And one thing I've learned in my time is how to backpedal. And Republicans drink Coke. They fly Delta Airlines. Big business should keep their nose out of politics in Georgia. But I'm wondering if Fox News will donate to my campaign. Okay, Mitch. Boy, talking about backpedal. I had to laugh. Anyway, it's been a while since I put something up, but also, if you'd like to ask some questions, put it in the comment section on the community board. No, I'm sorry, on the community board. Ask questions on the community board, and I'll be happy to try to answer them for you. Now it looks like Elise Stefanik, or what is her name? If I'm getting her name wrong, I apologize. Uh, she's the one that wants to take Cheney's place. Oh boy, she's a chameleon. She's the one that spoke out against Trump, and now she's up the rear end. um, but they've been planning this for a long time to oust Cheney. Romney is sticking up for her, and the congressman from Illinois also. But I think there was a list of people that they were going to try to censure. I've got to find my list because they stood up and spoke up against Trump's big lie. I think it was in Ohio, they had a meeting of 66 member state central committee. Anyway, they were going to vote on a resolution to censure Anthony Gonzalez, Liz Cheney of Wyoming. Well, they did her. Tom Rice, Dan Newhouse, I think Herrera, Adam Kinzinger of Illinois, Fred Upton, Peter Meyer of Michigan, I think somebody from New York, and David Villado of California. And here's what they said. They were going to censure them for their votes to support the unconstitutional, politically motivated impeachment proceeding against Donald Trump. The resolution also stated that the impeachment was unprecedented, unconstitutional, and served no purpose beyond further dividing the country. And they say now it's time for Republicans to unify as a party and uphold the United States Constitution to the rule of law. Oh, really? Wow. Seems to me like the Democrats are trying to uphold the Constitution and the rule of law. Seems to me like Donald Trump-looking party is the one who divided everybody and wants to keep it that way. So they're still engaging in divert, deceive, lie, make up stuff. You know, somebody said, I heard a commentator on TV say, a lie can spread around the world 1.5 times while truth is tying its shoes. Well, we really need to jumpstart truth, and that's what a lot of people are doing. People are asking me about the midterms, and I keep bringing this up because with the redistricting and all that, that means that the Dems would only have a 3-seat advantage in the House. And if we're not careful, we could really lose the House. So we need to speak up. And if we lose the House, then nothing's going to get to the Senate. I think we'll keep the Senate. And my prediction is we'll keep the House. But please, everybody, just vote, speak up, talk to your Congress people. The other thing is these states like Texas, Georgia, and others that are passing all these voter suppression laws, I see those going to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is going to rule that a state cannot suppress people's right to vote. So that's going to blow up in their face. So at some point, I think between now and the midterms, those laws will be overturned. You know, I think those states are doing as the litmus test to see what the court will do because it's a conservative court. But I still don't think the court is going to allow the states to restrict people's voting rights. And I still see Biden putting more people on the Supreme Court. Good. The infrastructure I intuit that the infrastructure package will pass. And it's going to be really neat because we're going to get new roads, new bridges, you know, internet for places that doesn't have it. It's almost going to be like the New Deal, and it will create a lot of jobs, which will stimulate the economy. You know, I heard people say, well, the unemployment is down because, you know, the job rates were down because people are still on unemployment. They just stay on unemployment because they don't want to work. You know what? Maybe some, but that's not true. A lot of them just haven't been able to find jobs because of this COVID thing. So I think once this COVID thing blows over, once we get the infrastructure package going, there's going to be so many jobs, and that's going to stimulate the economy. There's a real housing boom going on. But I'm thinking in about 2 years, that's going to crash as well. At least that's what my guides tell me. Not like it was in 2008, So a lot of states, though, like California, Illinois, we're losing seats in the House because people are moving away because of taxes and high taxes and all of that. So I think we need to incentivize people to move back to our states by making affordable prices and affordable taxes and affordable housing. So, but I think if we do our work, my guides tell me that we can still hold on to the House of Representatives in the midterms, uh, but we really have to speak up and we really have to work hard. We can't take it for granted. Anyway, I got kind of rambly, but there was a lot I wanted to talk about. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for your support. Um, we will give away an hour free reading when Vinnie pulls the name out of the hat. And also when I get to 10,000 subscribers, there will be 3 free 1.5 hour sessions with me. So everybody stay well, be safe. Namaste.